Hey guys, my name is Jason. I'm the founder of Distress Loan Advisors. As always, if you need to book some time with me, there is a link in the description below. Today, I just wanted to give a quick update. It's been a couple of weeks since the SBA made some announcements about changes to the hardship accommodation, as well as some clarifications around stuff that's been referred to the Treasury. So here's what I'm hearing and seeing. So as far as hardship accommodation, it was a little bumpy for the first couple of weeks. Apparently the SBA didn't communicate it to their own people that you didn't need to be current to be eligible for the hardship accommodation. And then of course, they started blasting out the information in emails and various other places. And so I think that's pretty well underway now. Pretty much everybody who says they've applied for the hardship accommodation under 200, even if they weren't current, as long as it hasn't been charged off or sent to Treasury, they've been able to enroll in the hardship accommodation no problem online. Likewise, people over 200,000, now they're just sending a one-page form, including a P&L, and they're approving those too, even if you're not current. So that's good. The next thing is loans that have been referred to the Treasury. It's still up in the air exactly what the process is in order to get your loan taken back from the SBA. And for those who are stumbling onto this video and haven't watched my other videos, basically the SBA announced a couple weeks ago, a guy by the name of Alex Contreras did an interview, and he stated in that interview the SBA could take loans back from the Treasury. Basically, you'd have to bring it current, and then you would have to submit evidence that you brought it current and that the loan was less than 180 days past due. And in that case, they would bring it back. I did send him an email to ask for a clarification about exactly how that process goes. So in other words, who do we talk to? Who do we ask? He didn't respond. And so, I have some ideas about how to do it. And I've been talking to clients who come to me wanting to know exactly what they need to do. And my first explanation is we don't know exactly at this point because I haven't seen one successfully done. But I do have some advice that I'm passing over to them. But I'm not going to put that out here until I know for sure that that this is actually real, that the SBA is going to take them back. So, anybody that comes to me, I do warn them that, look, I'm doing the best I can to figure out exactly how this process is supposed to work. But realistically, because the SBA hasn't given any guidance on what exactly you need to do, like a step-by-step process, we kind of got to figure it out for ourselves. It's kind of ridiculous that, me and you and everybody else who has these loans needs to sort of do a trial by fire, because the big risk is that if you make a payment to bring this current, or that you think brings it current, all we can do is ask them at that point to pull it back from the Treasury. And like I said, I have not seen it happen. It's still early days, so it doesn't mean it's not possible. But we need to go through this process. So I need to have a certain number of people who are willing to make that payment, which admittedly it's a risk, right? So, I had a guy who paid $90,000 because the SBA told him to. That was prior to this announcement that things could be brought back. But he made that payment, and then the SBA said, sorry, you got to talk to Treasury. So if you make a payment to bring it current, or you think it's going to be current as a result, just keep in mind it's a risk, because until they lay out in very specific detail how that needs to go, it's a gamble. But some people are willing to take the gamble, and so if and when I see a couple of them successfully pulled back, I'll be able to share more details. But like I said, I am sort of taking a basically throw everything against the wall, see if it sticks, and that's what I'm advocating to a lot of my clients. And so as I get feedback from them as they try to work through the process, I'll let you guys know how that goes. Beyond that, if there's anything that you guys are seeing that isn't being talked about, feel free to share it in the comments. Otherwise, we'll just keep plugging along. We'll keep learning. I'm doing tons of consultations with people who have been referred to the Treasury. So, I'll continue to have those conversations. And if more options become available, I'll share them. But, you know, for the time being, the Treasury doesn't offer great options, but, you know, at the end of the day, I guess it's still better to understand, even if they're not good options, it's better to understand sort of what the reality of the situation is if you get referred to Treasury. And it's not the same for everyone. It depends on how far past due you are. It depends on how much you borrowed. It depends on what the collateral is. So there's a lot of different nuance to it in terms of what I would recommend in terms of action. So I can't really say in a video, sort of in a blanket statement, this is what everyone should do, so do that. It really is a, you know, sort of a case-by-case situation, which is specifically why I offer, I'm doing 15-minute case evaluations now, just to sort of plow through all the information without a lot of fluff and try to point you guys in the right direction. So that's it. Thank you for checking in. I really very much appreciate it. Whenever I talk to people, people say that my videos are informative and it's not a lot of fluff, and I'm not trying to BS you guys. I'm not trying to sell anything. I mean, obviously I do the case evaluations, but beyond that, you know, I'll continue to put out free information for whoever wants it. And if people want to have that one-on-one conversation with me, I'm doing that as well. Thanks for checking in, and we'll see you next time.